What's up, everyone? Welcome to Boss Babes Week 6. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we have been together for 6 full weeks. Oh my goodness. I have loved this series so much, like so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you have, post it in the comments and tell me. We are going to start with some reco tonight. I always love the recognition. I love that you guys are turning that in and that we can celebrate you. Here we go. Let's go, Carol and Michelle.
Welcome to the main event.
Look at Margaret. How about you?
Let's get ready to rumble!
And Michelle. Let's go, and 1,000. Woo! And Brittany, 1,100. Oh my goodness. I love that recognition. It's so fun. Okay, so if y'all have gotten a takeaway from being part of Boss Babes, then do tell. It's always so funny because as you get people to commit in the beginning and then stay the course, guess what? Look at the difference. So many people start, and you guys have stayed for 6 weeks. Y'all have been on and on and on, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you for your tenacity. Thank you for me being able to count on you to show up and to join in. And I know Wednesday isn't great for everybody, and I know the scheduling is weird. Somebody's like, why would you do this on church night? And I was like, actually, most people in my area, do not have church on Wednesday nights. And so there are still a few churches out there who do Wednesday night services. And so that's why I love having the playback. I love that we can stream this and it is all there for you to come catch the playback. I love that so much. So today we had such a great opportunity to spend some time with Lynnea Tate in our director training. So every training that you guys have seen for consultants, we've had that training for directors. And so it's been so neat to see actually the difference in the two training trainings, what risks she took as a director, what risks she's taken as a consultant. And so the two things she talked about today that I hope she covers with y'all tonight, because when I watch these videos with y'all, they're my first time seeing them. So I did not go through all the videos first and then just like, yay, let's wonder what happens. So I literally watched them with you for the very first time, which I kind of love because it's super authentic. And I really do get to like learn and hear it for the first time. So I'm really excited about that. So those of you who have been our drawing winners, my office has popped some treats, some Boss Babes treats in the mail to you. So I'm like super excited for you to get those. So when you get them, you're going to have to post a picture of you with your treat on the Low Area Facebook page and tag me so we can screen for you. So that's exciting. It took us just a minute to kind of figure that out. So we are... she was getting all those in the mail. We've had a little change up in my office over the last few months. So she also talked about stick-to-itiveness. Stick-to-itness, excuse me, not to-itive. Stick-to-itness. Like, how willing are you to just stick to it and to just keep going and to really get after it, right? What if God is asking you to grow in grit? And I love the word grit because for me, it's just like that you push me against the wall, I'm coming out swinging, right? And so that willingness to just be willing to be a boss babe. So as we look at your notebooks, I love this notebook too. I'm like, I feel like I need a notebook now for every event that I can put that event's notes in those spaces. But one thing she talks about with being a risk taker is a boss babe is a confident, ambitious woman who takes charge of her life and career with a strong sense of empowerment, right? And then a risk taker is someone who is willing to venture into uncertain situations, embrace the challenges and opportunities with courage, and have potential for what? Significant rewards. So I love that so much, so much, so much. So these 7 nationals rearranged their lives. They rearranged their Decembers is actually when we had to have all of this turned in for y'all. And you guys, for them to be able to take the time and really just invest in you has been so invaluable. And so once we finish it all out, I'm hoping to be able to post for all of their addresses for y'all. So you can really just send them a note and just say, this is what I learned. Thank you for training me. Because the truth is Mary Kate is so different because in the real world, so the Super Bowl coach, right? The Chiefs win the Super Bowl. That coach is not going to another football program and teaching the coach and players how to win a Super Bowl. That's not happening. That's not happening. So Lynnea Tate that you are going to hear from tonight, she is a Diamond Circle National this far away from Inner Circle. And what does she do? She's training Holly Salesforce, who has the same goal. And even though we're all ranked, and even though we compete on the scoreboard, just like in the world of sports, Mary Kay is so different. And so I just want to challenge y'all to appreciate that and go back through your notes and really just like put a sticky note on each teacher. Like, okay, this is what I learned from her. So once you get those addresses, you can just pop them a little love fest note in the mail. Okay, so don't forget tonight, if you are from the Low area, I know we've got a lot of people all over, watching and seeing the playbacks and stuff. But tonight, if your goal is like, Holly, I am finishing my unit to be a director by seminar, I need you on Zoom for just a few minutes when we hop off tonight, and all of y'all have that information. So you should be good to go. And I'm not going to keep this on long, but I just want to see your eyeballs, check your takeaway from the conversation we had last week with Lynnea and myself. And I want to lay my eyeballs on you because we got to walk this all the way to the finish line. Okay. All right, you guys. So with no further ado, we are going to meet my girlfriend, Lynnea Tate.
Hi, this is Senior National Sales Director Lynnea Tate, and I'm so honored to be sharing with you today about a risk I personally took in my Mary Kay business over 20 years ago as a brand new consultant. What does risk mean to you? The definition of risk doesn't have a very good connotation. It's synonymous with words like threat, peril, danger, trouble, pitfall. Does anyone like any of those things? I married a risk taker. He loves to do things like jump out of airplanes, motocross across the mountains of Nicaragua and Honduras on mission trips where there are no roads, climb mountains like Mount Rainier. He just biked 117 miles in one day for fun. No, thank you. I am personally the complete opposite. I am happy to stay safe and comfortable. And as a former elementary school, I loved my daily rhythms and routines in my classroom each day. I loved how I would have my things organized in the closet and projects for each day for my children. But I love my husband, and I've always had a desire to be a difference maker. And I will tell you, my husband, being a risk taker, has challenged me and grown me in ways that I would never want to change. When I started Mary Kay, we had just had our second child, a beautiful baby girl, and we had just recently relocated to Virginia, a new state for us. And I had decided to come home from teaching to be at home with our two young children. I was nervous when I got started with Mary Kay, and I definitely did not believe I would do well in sales. And I definitely wasn't planning on taking any kind of risk. Of course, everything is risky, right? When we decide to go to school, to get a degree, to try out for new sports, to learn an instrument, to get married, to have kids, to drive a car, we're taking risks. We aren't guaranteed a specific outcome, but we're hopeful for a good one. Isn't that what faith is? Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance of what we do not see. You see, faith requires risk, stepping into the uncertainty, not knowing for sure if something is going to work out as we planned, but trusting that God will guide our steps. I found an article I'd like to share with you on positive risk. Just like negative risk, positive risks are uncertain and may or may not occur. But when they do happen, they can boost your organization's ability to achieve critical business goals. We can also call positive risk opportunities. Positive risks increase profitability, establish a strong market position, and enhance competitive advantage. Think about that, advantage. Bingo. That's what Mary Kay understood when she took the risk to take her $5,000 in savings and invest it in a 500 square foot storefront. She started Beauty by Mary Kay. She took all her experience in sales and wrote a business plan that I believe is unparalleled to anything out there. It's been taught in business classes, universities, mimicked, and yet here we stand 60 years later, still as the #1 direct selling brand of skincare and color cosmetics around the globe. Wow. When I signed up for Mary Kay, I finally decided to take a risk to do something I had never done, had no experience in, and didn't feel like it was in my DNA. The second risk I took was extremely scary for me. However, I know this risk propelled my entire business as a consultant to earning a car, to becoming a sales director, to sitting here as a senior national sales director today. Do you want to know what that risk is? I took a risk to have some product on hand after I told my director I would absolutely not be investing in any type of inventory. After all, I had purchased my starter kit on a credit card. My director shared with me that Mary Kay said you can't sell from an empty wagon. Maybe you've heard that before. You need to have some skin in the game, right? I've heard that too. The perks that she shared with me was that there was a 90% buyback guarantee in your first year, freebies I could sell for 100% commission, and the ease of having product on hand, selling more, and being able to deliver those products immediately. My director explained the dress shop analogy to me. If I went into a store, fell in love with a dress, but I had to wait for them to order it, and nearby was a store with my size that I could get that day, which dress shop would I buy it from? I understood the analogy, but I had already made up my mind I would not be investing in inventory since we were broke and strapped. Here's what I want you to know. My recruiter came by and I had a relationship with her. She was my friend and she went through the inventory options with me a second time. And I did trust her, but I still didn't want to take a risk. I shared it with my husband, who, as you heard, is a born risk taker. Up to this point in my life, I played it safe in most decisions I had made. We had some school loans to pay off. We had some credit card debt, and bills seemed to be piling up. And we were trying to live on one salary, my husband's youth pastor salary. And yes, I think it's safe to say most people who go into ministry do not go into it for money or the unlimited earning potential. We were really living paycheck to paycheck. I casually shared the inventory options with my husband, and he said, get a full store. And if you don't like it, sell it and double your money. Laugh out loud, right? It was a no-brainer for him. But for me, oh my goodness, my brain works so differently. He then asked me, Lynnea, if you were to open up an ice cream shop, how much ice cream would you sell if you didn't serve ice cream? Something about his analogy hit me. If I was to walk into an ice cream shop, frozen yogurt shop, and there was no ice cream or yogurt, how would I expect that shop to stay in business or be successful? And so this decision propelled me to invest in some product on hand. I came in at a star level, and that one decision hinged on countless others to follow. When I saw those products arrive at our doorstep, I knew that I was in business, that I had made a commitment to start a small business. And I want to share with you some things I learned from taking this risk. I just said it a few minutes ago. First thing, I learned commitment. Every time I saw those products, I knew I had made a commitment to give Mary Kay, my business, 1 year, my all, and that I could grow a customer base that would pay me for years to come. I knew that growing a customer base was significant. And even if I decided to work my business 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week or more, I was building a customer base that would continue to pay me in the future. I learned I was teachable. I could learn new skills, and that direct sales was simply filling a need and that I could make up to a 50% profit. I learned that if I went out and sold 100, I could put 50 into our family's account. And that was huge for us. My first goal was actually to sell $50 a week just to take my kids to Chick-fil-A or to buy them a pair of shoes. It turned into so much more than I ever dreamed possible. I learned the power of goal setting. Up to this point, I really had never set any type of goals. Mary Kay taught me how to set small goals, 90-day goals, and big goals, yearly goals. And that was huge for me. It really taught me consistency in my business. And I learned I was in business for myself, but not by myself. I had mentors pouring into me, guiding me along the way and showing me the way since they had already walked the way that I was just beginning. I never dreamed the risk of starting my Mary Kay business and what appeared to be a risky decision to have some product on hand would lead to me earning my first car and becoming a sales director in my first 4 months and earning a pink Cadillac 10 months later from signing my independent beauty agreement. This decision not only impacted me, it impacted my team members as well. You know the saying, monkey see, monkey do. My team members were following my lead to start their own businesses and with some product on hand so that they could build their customer base, and they also began to build their own individual teams. I want to ask you a question. What risk are you contemplating in your business right now that could propel you toward success? What have you been unwilling to do that you are now willing to step into for your future? Think about that. What have you been unwilling to do in your business that taking a risk, no matter what that might be for you, it could be seeing your first 30 faces in 30 days. It could be having some product on hand. It could be that you're just going to determine that you're going to make 10 reach outs a day. What have you been unwilling to do that you're willing to do to create success in your future? I like to ask my consultants, where could you see yourself a year from now? How about 3 years from now? How about 5 years from now? And is what you're doing today going to help you reach those goals? If the answer is no, I want to challenge you to take a leap of faith, step into a risk, and quit playing it safe. Let's step out into the unknown. And something that my mentors often shared with me is, if you could have anything, be anything, or do anything with Mary Kay, what would you have, be, or do? I am cheering you on. The choice is yours, and we want to see you have your best year yet. God bless, and make it a great day.
Okay. All right. So quit playing it safe. Yes. All right. So put some things for me in the chat. She talked about positive risk means opportunity. And I'm sorry, something's weird in my mouth. It's hard to find a word that means positive risk, but I love that she said opportunity. Like, that is the best word, right? Like, that really is the best way to explain it, I guess you would say. Okay, my hair is so weird over here, y'all. I don't know what happened during the thing. I must have been sticking my hands in it. Okay, and then a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, that is always my epiphany. Is what I'm doing now going to create the life that I want 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years from now? Otherwise, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. I have a sign in my office that says, stop waiting on something to move you. Just move yourself. We just have to move. We got to move. And so, we got to be teachable. She said that she learned commitment. She was teachable, right? And she's a kindergarten teacher, right? And so her little world of structure, that risk felt really scary. And so you guys, you got to be careful who you ask, right? If you're like, oh, should I do this or not? You gotta have the right people that are your balcony people that pull you up and don't push you down or hold their foot out or step on your fingers while you're trying to climb up. So be aware of who your balcony people are. Okay. All right, you guys. So if you are a low area consultant, I'm hopping on Zoom. We can hop on now. 8:25 is fine. But I'll hop on Zoom if you are working to finish your unit by June 30th and debut this year. I'm so excited about you guys, but keep looking through this. Talk to your director about your takeaways. I know she wants to hear it. And you guys, I will see y'all next week for week 7 and our final week. I'm a little sad it's over. I'm a little sad it's over because this has been so incredibly powerful. So I love you guys. I hope you all have a powerful week. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Love Week to all of you. And I hope you are in front of some women this week that you can love on and make them feel special. Love you guys. I will see you on Zoom. Bye.